Hello, Valerie from BabyWiseMom.com, talking with you today all about your baby's 7th month. Your baby will be 27 to 31 weeks old. Your baby will start out as a 6-month-old and end as a 7-month-old during this time. Okay, let's start by talking about the eat portion of your baby's day. Your baby will have 4 to 5 liquid feedings a day. And your baby might also start solids during this time period. Most babies will start solids by 6 months if they haven't already. When you do solids, feed your liquid feedings and your solid feedings at the same time. Do not do liquid feeding, 2 hours later solid feeding, 2 hours later liquid feeding. Then you're moving to a 2-hour feeding schedule and you've been on a 4-hour feeding schedule or a 3.5 at least, or the very least a 3. You don't need to move back to 2-hour feeding schedule. That hasn't been a thing since growth spurts. So we're looking at still eating every 4 hours or 3 to 3.5 if you're eating more than 4 times a day. For wake time, something important to note is your independent wake time length. So your baby will have independent playtime for about 15 to 30 minutes, 1 or 2 times a day. So that's what you're aiming for with your independent playtime each day. For sleep, you're looking for 2 to 3 naps every day. Most babies will take 3 naps at this age. Most babies move to just 2 naps a day around 8 months old, but there will be some that take just 2 naps a day. Naps will be 1.5 to 2.5 hours in length. Your third nap, if you're having 3 naps a day, might only be 30 to 45 minutes or anywhere between 30 minutes to 2.5 hours long. For night sleep, you should have 10 to 12 hours of sleep each night, and you may or may not have a dream feed every day. A lot of babies have dropped the dream feed by now, or if haven't, will start dropping the dream feed, but you might still have a dream feed. Now, there are some common reasons babies stop sleeping well during this age range. Here are some of them. 1 is hunger, 2 is teething, 3 is sickness, 4, your baby might need to drop that third nap. 5, your baby might be curious and just wants to explore instead of sleep. 6, you might have some changes to life. It might be holidays, it might be summer, you might be traveling, you might have out-of-town visitors, you may have moved. There's lots of things that can change or time change. 7, your wake time length might need to be adjusted. It may need to be longer or shorter if you adjusted it and went too long. 8, your little one might need some more stimulation, might need more mental stimulation, more physical stimulation. Your baby just might need more happening during the day. 9, those new skills. Your baby might be learning to sit up on his or her own, might be learning to crawl, talk, babble, blow raspberries. Any of those things can make it so your baby prefers to practice at nap time or bedtime instead of sleep. And 10, your baby might simply need a larger diaper at night. Some babies get really sensitive about how that diaper feels during the night. So if you can put a larger diaper on at night, then it will not feel as wet to your baby. At this age, believe it or not, babies might start needing some correction. So this is just simple. This is why in the last month I suggested thinking about sign language. If you haven't started, start that. That really helps with some tantrums and some communication. But your little one might start blowing raspberries while you feed him or her. It's okay to say, nope, we don't blow raspberries while we're eating, but allow the raspberries to happen somewhere else, like in the bathtub. It's okay for raspberries to happen, but it's also okay for you to have limits in places where they're okay and places where they're not. With this age, just some simple verbal redirection, some substitution. If your baby can move, then your baby may be going places that aren't safe, and so you may just pick up your baby and say, nope, we don't play there, and move your baby somewhere else. Just substitution, giving your baby something else to do. Oh, you can't play with the remote control, but you can play with this toy. So those are some really good strategies for dealing with discipline at this age, and I do, of course, have posts on those topics. There are a lot of fun milestones to watch for at this age. Your baby will probably be able to feed him or herself, blow raspberries, look when there's a voice in the room, look and see who's talking. Your baby will also be able to coo and babble and make all sorts of fun noises. Your baby might be able to sit without support. Of course, that will only happen if there's been opportunity to practice. So if your baby cannot sit unassisted, but you haven't really given your baby opportunity to try, then don't stress out. And again, all babies learn milestones at different paces and ages. This is just most babies will be doing these things, but not all. Your baby will probably get upset if you try to take a toy away, and your baby will also probably try to look for a dropped object, which might mean that your baby drops objects at mealtime in order to see where it goes, because it's a fun game. So watch for all of those fun milestones. That does it for 27 to 31 weeks overview. If you would like to see sample schedules for this age group, if you are on the blog, simply scroll down and look at the sample schedules. If you're not on the blog, head on over and check out the sample schedules there.